Here's a question. Have you guys ever wondered what people like Zaranyzerak or Daniel by Numbers or I don't know, Morgan or anybody else, have you ever wondered what they mean and say, but and even evil priest, if you will? Do you ever wonder what they mean when they open packages or they talk about things and they say this is a rarity, this is probably the only way you can get it, I don't know of any other way? Well, let me explain what they mean by that, folks. You see, as you have noticed with the two package openings that he's done with the two packages that I've sent him, and that being Zaranyzerak, the rarities basically come from the fact that I find BitTorrents on stuff that normally you wouldn't be able to download and watch any other way, unless you really went on eBay and spent billions and billions of dollars, if you will, on not billions and billions of dollars, but basically spent an arm and a leg trying to get a rare movie or even a bootleg version of that movie to watch. Well, the thing is, folks, a rarity is just that. See, a BitTorrent gives you that opportunity. Because you see, just like I mentioned in my video before this, of what a BitTorrent is capable of, a BitTorrent, and even mega uploads, if you will, allow you to download either through even if it's through a variety, if you will, of different pieces, like RinRaw pieces, if you know what I mean. It allows you to get the pieces you need to basically watch what you're downloading. And had to get it out there. I was thinking, basically. But basically allows you to get what you downloaded. Now, BitTorrent, as I mentioned in my previous video, allows you to basically download all those RinRaw files all at once and put them all together just like that. Now, again, getting back on topic though, this is where rarities come in. Because this allows you to gain access sometimes to movies and things that normally you would think, well, it got released by a small independent group. It should probably get a small independent company or something like that. It should probably get a DVD release or should have one already. And probably get a Blu-ray release. Probably should have one already. This is true. For example, The Invisible Kid from 1988. Here's the thing. The only way you could see this is through home video, VHS. But thanks to things like Mega Upload and BitTorrents, a rarity like The Invisible Kid, if you will, is possible to download and make into a DVD. The same goes with, let's get back in here, I should have showed you this also. The same goes for Mighty Mouse, The Great Space Chase, the Mighty Mouse movie, The Great Space Chase. And also for something like GoBots, Battle of the Rock Lords, which even though GoBots is being finally released through Hanna-Barbera Classic Collection, you would hope that's not far behind. But you see, a rarity can not just mean stuff like that. A rarity could be stuff that you yourself put together. That's right, you yourself can put together and share. For example, I've mentioned this many times. Zaranyzerak mentioned it in the first package opening that he did from a package I sent him. That when you put episodes together without the intros and without the titles, you basically have yourself a movie. Kind of like what Rhino did, if you will, with the rebirth in the final release of Transformers Generation 1, in the release. And the same goes for Shout Factory according to Sean. Sean says Shout Factory does the same thing, which is pretty cool. But anyway, the thing is, it allows people like me to take something like this, do the intro, and just use the Doomsday Project title screen, fade out pause on the fade out, and pause on the fade in to Cry of the Wolf, without no Cry of the Wolf title screen or intro. Just make it feel like it's flowing completely and evenly as a movie. And it's true. And that basically makes it a rarity, because as you probably will see in my Sonic the Hedgehog DVD collection that I bought videos, I say that this is an opportunity that ABC, Dick Entertainment, and Sega of America missed out on back in the holidays of 1994, in my opinion. Now, rarities don't just mean stuff like that either. For example, it can also mean animated shows, series, or live action shows. For example, down here, we have the Mighty Ducks. The Mighty Ducks of Disney have never had a DVD release. And the thing is, that's the closest they're going to get. The same goes for MGM's, if I can get it out, the Lionhearts. This has never had a DVD release either. And you think MGM, by streaming All Dogs Go to Heaven and all that, would think, you know what? And releasing several DVD sets on that, or individual DVDs, you would think they would do the same for Lionhearts, but they have not yet done that. And then again, a rarity could be something like Goof Troop and Tailspin put together. You got Goof Troop and Tailspin episodes together. The only time you would probably ever see that I remember was back with the VHSs, and you had Halloween and Christmas related stuff put together, and that was it, not individual episodes. And then of course you got Laugh Olympics, which of course has been released on DVD, but as individual, just individual variety episodes, not as a set. 101 Dalmatians by Disney. The only thing that's close to DVD is the VCD release of Dalmatian Vacation, and that's about it. That's the VCD release I'm talking about. And yet you don't have no official release of the series. So that's a rarity. It's a rarity that it's not happened. Now you look here, of course you got TMNT's newest version released a lot, so that's no big deal. But what I'm saying, folks, is it's basically, those are things that are known as rarities. You know that they have the potential, like Laugh Olympics is on DVD, but not as a set, a series set, a complete series set. You know Lionheart should be there officially. You know 101 Dalmatians should be, but yet you don't see that. You don't see that. Now I know you're saying, well, Goof Troop has had individual DVD releases. Yes, they have, but they haven't had a complete series release. Then you look over here, and you look at these movies here, the Disney movies I should say. Like this one here has Bonkers New Partners on the Block, which was the sequel and transition episode to which was the Going Bonkers sequel in my opinion, and a transitional episode having Bonkers go from Lucky to Miranda. You have the Gargoyles pilot movie Awakening. You have Hunter's Moon, which is the finale to the original series before they went into the Goliath Chronicles. You have the two-parter from Aladdin called Seems Like Old Crimes. You have the two-parter King Igthorn from Gummy Bears. And you have the miniseries version of Plunder and Lightning. Tell me this. How would you be able to see? Would you ever see those episodes or miniseries or pilot movies or whatever sold together in retail by Disney? No. Neither would you see something like this. Neither would you see something like this. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Hercules, Mulan, DTV Romancing, original 86 airing, Fantasia 2000, Princess and the Frog, Tangled, the uncut version of Tailspin movie pilot Plunder and Lightning, and Tinkerbell and the Great Fairy Rescue. Again, would you see those released together in retail as a DVD, or even as a DVD set? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't see those, and that's why they're called. And that's why people look at them as rarities. Like down here. Like down here. Take a look at this. This here is my Ultimate Movie collection. Now tell me this: would you see these sold in retail together? Bad Boys 2, Transformers 5, Transformers Season 3 movie premiere, Five Faces of Darkness, the Sad AM Doomsday Project movie. Would you see those together, sold together? No. Well, what about this? Looney Tunes Back in Action, The Matrix Revelations, Rescue Rangers to the movie, Rescue Rangers the pilot movie, To the Rescue, the edited version, if you will. Would you see those sold together as retail stuff? No. And what about this one here? Here you have Bonkers, the uncut movie, Going Bonkers. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Scooby-Doo in the Cyber Chase. Heathcliff the movie. Tiny Toons How I Spent My Summer Vacation. Would you see these together sold? Would you see those movies sold together in retail? No. And what about this? What about this? You have Sonic the Anime Movie, the OVA, Cowboy Bebop the movie, and Basic. Would you see those sold together in retail? No. You wouldn't. And then what about this? Bonkers, the series. These are 16 episodes that I recorded. Have you seen this in retail yet as a set? No, you haven't. And what about this one that I sent him? The best of Disney's Bonkers, where you have Going Bonkers pilot movie, the uncut version. You have New Partners on the Block, Going Bonkers sequel and transitional episode, like I said, which introduced Miranda Wright. An episode like Casa Bonkers, which was one of my favorites. Would you see that sold together as a movie? Or would you see this? Kim Possible, A Stitch in Time, the Major League All-Star Game. Lionhearts Don't Bug the Neighbors series finale. Or Jetsons the movie. Would you see those sold together in retail? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't see those sold in retail together. And you know why? Because they're rarities. That's what a rarity is. It's stuff that normally you wouldn't see together if they were sold in retail. Okay? That's basically what it is. In fact, no, actually I'm not going to get this out because it'll make a mess. As a matter of fact, in closing, let me say this. Let me say this. I've recorded wrestling shows together. I've recorded SmackDown and Raw and ECW, WWE version. And you know, I've done that, and the truth is, folks, you wouldn't normally see something like that. You know, those kind of stuff sold together by WWE or even TNA. You know, all the shows was packed together. So in closing, these are what rarities are. So that's all I'm going to say. Comment down below if you like, and I'll talk to you all later.